Welcome, Wild and Well Together listeners. This is Becca here tonight for Fan Fridays along with Mon. He is the magician behind all the beautiful graphics and digital postings that you see on our social media. So thank you, Mon, for joining us. Thank you for joining me. We are glad that you are here. How are you doing tonight?
Wow, thank you so much for that introduction, Becca. I hope I can give justice to that.
Yes.
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be with you today.
Thank you. And I guess for you, this is a fun thing. I'm in Colorado. So for me, it's Thursday night. And for you, it's the morning. So I guess I should be saying, good morning. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, good evening.
Yes. And something I was going to ask you is on your email, it says Romler, but you prefer to go by Mon. Will you explain to me some of the cultural details and where that is for you?
Well, I'm not sure with that. I think most of the millennial people here in the Philippines have their second names. So parents are giving those two names for their kids. So Ramler is my second name, but my friends often call me Mon. So Mon is fine.
Mon is fine. Okay, well
You
then
know
Mon
what's
it is.
the yeah, well, you want to know the story behind my name?
Please.
Well,
Yes.
my name is simply given to me because that's the combination of my parents' name. So Mon came from my father's name Ramon, and then shuffle the name of my father, and my mother's name is Larry. So the Ler came from Larry. So it's Mon
Oh,
Ramler.
you're the love of them. You're the combination of the two. I love that. Thank you for sharing that. And when you are not working behind the scenes on digital posts and beautiful work on the computer, what do you like to do for fun? Give us a little bit of your bio, your background.
Yeah, well, I'm an architect by profession, but I started doing this kind of thing since, well, I did a lot of things. I'm doing a lot of things. So, just to give you a short background, I'm an architect by profession, but when the pandemic came, I had to drop my job because the economy was so down that time. People are resigning, or the companies are, letting go of their people. So, I'm one of those. But the good thing is that I have a lot of passions, and one of my passions is cooking. That was the time I decided. I talked with my wife, so that was the time we decided to pursue my passion in cooking. So we started cooking and selling it to the neighborhood. That's the one thing that kept us alive that time. So that's our source of income. And then 2022, we started to pray for an expansion. We asked God for wisdom on how to do things. And then 2022 came, we started our business, but business is not a sure thing. So it didn't went well. So again, I had to pray and I had to think of other things on how to make my family alive. And I thought that I'm also good in doing things such as this. I'm the one responsible for the social media management of our business before. It was a cafe. It's like a
Mm.
restaurant, a small restaurant. So aside from managing all the people, I was the one responsible for doing the socials, the social engagement, the content that we're posting on our platform. So it's not hard for me to do the things that I'm doing right now because these are the things that I love doing the most.
I'm grateful that you have all these skills and you're a jack of all trades that can move into some other fields because you've blessed Wild and Well Together immensely. And one of our mutual friends, Daniela, she uses the phrase, the universe gives us feedback to say, oh, try something different or see what else is out there when we do receive a no, right? So through COVID or through your cafe not being able to succeed, it's feedback to saying, okay, what do I want with my life? What do I want to do? And then now you've made lemonade out of lemons and done phenomenal. And I'm very, very grateful for you and the connection there through Danielle and Christopher because you, again, illuminate and bring to life so much beauty through the internet. So I'm not glad that the cafe didn't happen. And also thank you for choosing another route and continuing to be resilient in that because that's blessed my life, my family, and so many others within the community because of those things. So, one of the things we talk about with you mentioning cafe and food is every person has a seat at the table. People are invited in the Wild and Well community to sit at a table. Often in our countries, in our lives, people don't get that invitation, or there's different stipulations where people have so many barriers to entry. In the Wild and Well community, we say, "You are welcome here." So, for you, what food are you bringing to the table?
What food am I bringing to the table? But be prepared, Becca. Be prepared because we will be needing a very, very long table for this one. Because I would want to bring the food that is very famous in each country. Like here in the Philippines, we call this very famous food lechon. Lechon.
Lechon.
Yeah, it's a roasted pig, a whole pig. It's very tasty and very juicy. So I think that's one of the most famous food here in the Philippines. And aside from that, I'll be bringing the most famous food in Korea, in China, for the thighs. I'll be bringing all those kind of food on the table.
I
So
lo
please prepare a very long table for that, Becca.
I love that. I love good Asian food, and so that sounds amazing. Lechon, did I say that correctly? Lechon?
Yeah, lechon.
Y Do you have that with vegetables or rice? What else besides a big pig? Is it served with any other side dishes?
We serve it with hot rice. Here in the Philippines, when it's Christmas time, that's one of the most present food on the table. So
Mm.
I think people would love that.
Yes, I think people would love that too. Amazing. So, okay, so you're gonna bring that and many other Asian cuisines, which thank you for bringing extra. Who are you gonna bring with you then?
There's a lot of food that I'll be bringing. The reason for that is I would want to invite anyone who's ever thought they didn't have a seat at the table. So
Mm,
surprise, there's a room for you and we save a spot for you. So I'll be bringing those people from different countries. I don't know those people. It could be those parents that are very busy keeping the family alive. They're doing a lot of things just to keep the family alive and sustain. It could be those people, the breadwinners who are working very hard to give everything that their family needs. And those people may feel that they are not seen because
mm.
they're so busy doing a lot of things for the people that they love. And I would love to invite them and save a spot for them just to make them feel that they are welcome, they are heard, they are seen, and they are very important. So this is very important for them. We might be just offering food for them, but for me, we're offering something bigger. We want them to feel that they are loved, and it's more than food that we are offering to them.
Oh, Mon, I am no joke, I am teary right now because you live in a country around the world from me, and yet your kindness radiates through the screen, both in your craft that you put out there, but even right now to hear your heartbeat. I wish one day I will get to meet you and your wife and your beautiful family because that's what we need. All of us who are just trying to make it along in this world, trying to do our best. And so it looks like we're going to have a really big table with all the different guests bringing it, but that's what I hope for too. And so thank you for sharing that. I don't know how we're going to have extend from Manila through many countries, through the ocean, all the way over, and we'll take it. We'll do whatever we need to get there. So thank you for sharing that. Something else that we go into then is now that we're sitting at the table having a good time, we start to tell stories. There's power in human storytelling, and we each have our own narratives, the ones that we've told ourselves for many years and the ones that come out now as adults. And so one of the questions that I have is if we think about little Mon, what was something that gave you life as a child?
Well, my childhood is very colorful and wonderful. I live in a family where love is very dominant. We love each other, we take care of each other. And my parents gave me that kind of confidence that I carry right now. Right now, at this very moment that I'm speaking, that I'm talking with you, I carry that confidence because my parents gave that to me. As I told you before, I hope my English and my communication will not betray me. But the reason why I'm speaking in front of you is because of that confidence that my family gave to me when my parents are raising me. So it was a
Beautiful.
very wonderful childhood.
I love that. And siblings, you have many or one?
I have three siblings. Well, for my family, I just got married 2020 before the
Wow.
pandemic came. Yeah, 2 weeks before the pandemic came, before
Oh,
all the lockdowns. So, according to our friends, that was the last wedding that they have attended before the pandemic. So I'm now living with my wife and two kids, two wonderful kids, two beautiful kids. Yeah, going back to your question, I have four siblings. So all of us love it. We love each other very much because that's how our parents raised us.
that's beautiful. I hope that for my kids, I hope that for anybody who gets that opportunity is sibling bonds last a lifetime. We haven't brought this out in Wild and Well Together yet, but the study psychology shows that our sibling bonds are actually our most important bonds because they're the ones that go from childhood all the way to death, from birth to death. Whereas even our most intimate ones with our spouses or partners, they are very deep. However, our spouses most likely did not know us, or at least were not raised in the same household as us in our childhood or in our teen years. And so there's a big chunk of who we are and where we come from that was never experienced. And then for those of our friends or whomever of our childhood, we go our separate ways. And so sibling bonds are some of the strongest bonds that we have in our lifetimes. And so that's beautiful that you all are friends and that you're close. Another question then, so they're welcome to come to the table. Please invite them all, of course. Another one would be you've talked a bit about your journey from 2020 to actually, let me rewind. The fact that you and your wife got married and 2 weeks later the pandemic hit, I can't imagine what that was like to get to know each other then 2 weeks after marriage of like, all we get to do is sit and look at each other.
Yeah.
That's a very, I don't know, that's some social experiment or something. But, anyways, okay, so through pandemic, then you talked about your business journey. Coming through that, what has been a defining moment for you within your journey?
Yes, as I told you a while ago, we experienced so many things. Let me share this passage to you. It's a verse. I consider it my life verse.
Okay.
So this is my defining moment. You know, every time
Yeah.
I jump into new season from the previous season, this is my assurance that I'll make it good to the next season. This is from Proverbs 22:29. It says here, "Do you see a man skillful and experienced in his work? He will stand in honor before kings. He will not stand before obscure men." So that's my assurance from God that whenever or wherever season that I'm in, I'll I'll be doing great because
Yeah.
he has my approval. I always make sure that I ask God for his wisdom, for his assurance that I should be doing that thing. And so I'm confident. I'm very confident that even if I'm doing a different thing from the previous thing that I'm doing, I can make it because God is with me. And I'm also sharing that thought with my wife. We are one with that. And also, we're teaching our kids to be confident every day in the assurance that we're getting from God.
You're a king among kings, that you can hold space whether you're at a grocery store or if you're standing in front of kings, that you have that confidence that you're able to be at the table, that you're allowed to be within the space and you're an equal to them. That's beautiful, that assurance. Thank you for sharing that. With your disposition that is so kind and the confidence that's there, often those are stepping stones to gratitude, an awareness, a perspective. The theme of this week has been gratitude or Thanksgiving. Question for you is, how does gratitude or Thanksgiving show up in your own life?
Specifically here in my family, we are thankful and grateful in every little thing that we receive every day. For most of the people, they tend to be grateful whenever they receive big things. So they wait for those big things to happen and to receive those big things in their life so that they will be grateful. But here in our family, we are grateful with little things that we have, like the food on our table, family time together, a movie night every Saturday. So those are the things that we are grateful for because if we sum up those little things that we can be grateful for, that can make a big ball of happiness in each and
Mm,
everyone's life. So we are grateful with every little thing. It doesn't matter if it's for my kids, if it's a simple toy that we give them, if it's a simple family time at the playground. So we're grateful for those things. We don't wait for the big things to happen. We're so excited and we're so happy for those big things to happen for us. But for now, with the little things, big, small, medium things that we're receiving from the Lord, we are so happy for those things.
I don't know how common that is among your peers and across the board. What does community look like in your sphere that you operate with daily?
Regarding the community, always grateful for the people that I met every day because those people has something to offer to me. It could be something that will make me a better person. So I don't care if those person have different personalities. I can manage that. But what's important is that I'm learning from those people every day.
Hmm.
We have different personalities, Becca. So some might be, jolly. Some people can be, I don't know if you know the word, the term relator. They are introverts, but still we can get something from those people that can make us a better person every day.
What is that term again?
Relator,
Sure, okay, I'll have to look. I mean, it makes sense intuitively, but I haven't used that term as far as a
yeah.
personality or a description for someone. Okay.
Are you familiar with the book Strengths Finder?
Yes, yes.
Have you taken the test?
Yes, but I did it for I did it for a company probably pre-pandemic. So I feel how there's like C and AD? I feel for our times it's like pre-pandemic, post-pandemic. And so for me, it was pre-2020. So I haven't gone back to that. But please share more on StrengthsFinder or the yeah, Relator.
Yeah, you should take that. You should buy a book, and there are questions at the end of the book. Take that test because after you take the test, that will give you your top 5 strengths. We call it themes. So those
Okay.
are your personalities.
Ooh. All
Those
right. So can you
personalities, if you don't know those personalities, it could be raw, but as time goes by, as you tend to manage those personalities, it will be better.
hmm.
So please let me know your themes once you got the book and you've taken the test.
Yes, I will. That's something that again I haven't engaged with in years, and so never too old to learn. So I will definitely do that. All right, now we're getting a little deeper. What is something that you're proud about yourself lately? Something you've been working on, something about your character, who you are?
Okay, lately. So I'm proud of myself because I'm here with you, talking to you, Beck, doing this podcast
Mhm.
interview. I think
Yes.
I'm not that confident to do this, but still I'm here. I hope that people will relate to whatever I'm saying. I hope I'm making sense. Well, going to the deeper side, I'm proud of myself being a husband and a father of two. It's very hard, Becca. I know you're raising your children also, and it's really hard to raise children because from the moment they came here on earth, it's like a plain canvas, and you're putting colors to that plain canvas, and you have to make sure that the colors that you're applying are very colorful so that it will appear very good and they will be encouraged. So it's hard to raise children, but it's fun also. There's a lot of fun in taking care of the family. So I'm proud of myself for that.
Mm.
I'm not perfect. No one's perfect. Nobody's perfect. I'm still making mistakes from time to time. Me and my wife, we don't pressure our kids to be someone else. We don't pressure them to be good at everything. We tell our kids that even if they're not doing anything, they are worthy and we love them the same. We love them so much. So there's no need to pretend.
Yes. How many of us need to hear that as adults or to give permission to tell our children if we are parents, but even for ourselves to say, oh, yeah, even just as I am, I'm still worthy. So, to the younger child within each of us, as well as to our children, we need to say it.
I'm also proud of myself to be, I can't say that I'm a perfect husband, but I'm just sure that my wife treats me as her best friend. And I'm very proud of that because I make sure that every time we talk, even if it's just a small talk, a short talk, or a big talk, I'm making sure that that's a deep talk.
Mm.
So those are the things that I'm proud of. I hope
Yes.
I hope I'm making sense.
Yeah, 100%. What I'm thinking is, what are you doing behind the scenes? Let's give this man a mic all the time. I mean, please hear me say, I'm very grateful that you're behind the scenes because you do such beautiful work, but you could be a preacher, a teacher, a podcaster yourself. So watch out, world. Mon may have his own podcast, Mondays with Mon or something like that. I don't know. We'll see what comes. But you're a wonderful speaker, and you've brought me from tears in the beginning as you described how important it is to have relationships with people globally and how people need to be seen, to then describing beautiful food that I want to eat and your story of family and connection, and then the hardships of life too. I'm learning from you. Here we do Fan Fridays, and one of the things that we want to make clear on Wild and Well Together is that Fan Fridays is not for us to gain other fans of us. It's for us to take in our week to say thank you to the community, thank you to those that are within the community. We, as those that are in leadership, are a fan of you, and we are grateful for you, and we are equals to you. And so, Mon, you coming on here and sharing your stories, no doubt that you're a husband who's engaged and a father who's engaged because you walk with that exudes out of you. And so, thank you for one sharing about your nerves of coming on here, which we all have, by the way. We all have those. And then two, how proud you are to be a father and a husband. I don't think that there's a higher calling in life than to get to be in partnership and a beautiful partnership with your wife. And then also to get to raise children because it is hard. It's so hard.
Yeah.
And yet it's so worth it. And so thank you for explaining it clearly. This idea of a blank canvas and that our children are artwork. And sometimes it's a little bigger splash, or sometimes it's a smaller splash, or sometimes it's a dark, angry color, or it's a bright sunshine, or things like that. And yet, that's that's resonating with me. Of oh, do I view my children as this artwork, this creation that they are, and gives them kind of permission, and gives me permission to say, we'll see what comes. I don't have to be so tight fisted that I have to do it exact or I have to do it perfect. But okay, I will do my best. I will try my best, and we'll see what artwork they make in their lifetime. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
One of the things that we do on Wild and Well Together is have 60 seconds to center. This idea of a grounding space, 60 seconds. By no means do you need to share something that you do in 60 seconds to help you calm. But for you, is it walks outside? Is it grabbing a cup of tea? Is it exercise or breath work? What for you is a simple tool, ritual, or mindset that helps you recenter in some of these challenging moments?
One thing that keeps me grounded every day is that I have this devotion. I read my Bible. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is to read my Bible. That keeps me grounded. I'm reading my Bible and asking for God's wisdom because the world is a busy place. We hear a lot of voices. We hear a lot of voices from other people. It could be the voice that's within us. So those voices can tell you that you're not good enough, that you can be better, or you're doing it not right, or you could have done better, or that's not the right thing to do. And that's very confusing. If you tend to listen to those voices, that's not your identity. It can be very confusing. I make sure that I start the day by reading the Bible because the one instruction that I'm receiving is only from God because God has already given me the identity that I will carry until my last breath. No one can dictate me who one is, but only God. So that helps me grounded every day. Like
Now you're a preacher, give him a mic, give him a pulpit for that. No, that's beautiful. And this idea of so much noise around us and so many voices speaking at us. Sometimes it's in our head, and then sometimes it's around society or culture or online or wherever that says you're not enough. And what's resonating for me is I'm here across again miles and miles or kilometers and kilometers and kilometers away, thousands and thousands, and yet I could say that same thing of all these voices coming in. So this idea that there'd be this grounding practice of the first way that I start my day is to hear a voice that is succinct, to hear a voice that is consistent, to hear a voice that is truthful and full of love and grace and joy, to say, you are enough. I think
we are enough.
I think we'd have a better world if we all believed that to be true and did practices like that to help us. So thank you for that as a reminder or a reason for some of us to explore that.
Yes, and
Okay.
just to add, even if the world sees us as a broken person, a broken being, I know for sure that God has given me this identity that even if I'm broken, even if I'm not whole, God sees me as perfect
Mhm.
as a creation. He created us perfectly.
No wonder you walk with confidence. If you since you believe that, you're able to have that breath of fresh air to say, "This is me, and I'm okay to walk with the kings. I'm okay to walk in the grocery store. I'm okay to walk with my children. I can walk with anybody and hold space for anybody because I have this confidence." That's good. Oh, Mon, I need to take these notes from you. All right, fun one. It is what we call rapid fire. 3 questions. Is there a song that lifts your energy?
Song that lifts my energy. Song that keeps me alive is any Miss Rachel song. I don't know if you know Miss Rachel.
You are a parent of toddlers. You just said that, Mon. What about that's it, we'll take it, but are there any ones that are, like, good dance music or things like that sticking out for you?
I'll just mention it because my daughter, she's Summer. She's always listening to this song. I don't know if you know Golden, but I'm sure you know it. Golden
Uh-huh.
from the movie K-pop Demon Hunters is very famous here, and I think it's also famous all over the world. So that keeps me also alive because I keep on hearing that song all throughout the day. So it's an energetic song. It's a dance song. So that's very
Yeah.
lively.
That's awesome. Okay, so yes, that has fully hit the US, we are obsessed here with it, and purple braids were everywhere for Halloween this year, so Miss Rachel and K-pop Demon Hunter, you are a parent of young children for sure. Alright, next one, coffee or tea?
Tea. I don't drink coffee because
Tea,
I can't. It gives me hard time to sleep. So I choose tea.
okay. And wild well together, how is this season feeling? One of those 3 words of our name, what describes your season right now?
Well, very well. It's not happy all the time. It's not as joyful as the things that I'm expecting every day. But life is beautiful and it's always well.
Net positive, you are well. I That's beautiful. And then last thing would be one message or mantra you'd leave with us wild ones.
Wild ones, always remember that you are worthy. God sees you in a different way. You are very important. And as we say here in Wild and Well together, you always have the seat on the table. So you are welcome anytime you want to eat with us. You are welcome.
Mm. Thank you. Listeners, you are worthy. I so appreciate you coming on here tonight, Mon. I will have to have you over and over again because your joy, I feel like we're in the same room. We're not because I can't give you and your wife a big hug, but it's so relaxed. It feels like we're friends and I wish and I want that for the world. That is some of our hope, a lot of our hope for Wild and Well Together is that people would see we're really the same. We're really social beings, even if we feel alone or even if we feel so far from someone else. From the Philippines to Denver, we can relate and connect, and most of our stories are similar, even in the hard and the well, the easy, the wild, or all the different stories that we live out. So thank you for being here tonight. Wild and Well listeners, please yeah, check Mon out. He's amazing. And thank you for joining us for Fan Fridays. Cheers, y'all.